All right. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Drawing Down the Stars. I'm Snappy. Thank you for joining me for our live tarot session today on July 10th, 2024. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be an amazing day. So, as always, let's start by looking over the chat and saying hi. Hi, Nikosmas. Great to see you. Dorian Price. Good to see you. Yes. Much love to Mother Rhea. Good to see you. Christy, Carrie Ann, good to see you. Graham, great to see you. Gandhi, good evening. Christy, good evening. Mary, ciao to you as well. All right, everyone. Thank you guys. This is going to be an amazing session. So let's start with our astrology. We're still dealing with this beautiful moon in Virgo energy, right? This is that incredible, profound, youthful, vigorous energy that's connected to the earth, right? The earthiness of earth, analytical, practical. This is a time when you can really get to the bottom of things from a very reasoned approach. You can really dive deep into the self and connect to nature. And that was kind of the energy I was getting when I did my meditations today. I kept getting this feeling of being in nature, and also just connecting and being in flow and learning to listen. This has been such an ongoing theme over this last week, but it's one that's continuing. And when I drew my tarot cards for the day, what I wound up getting was the Princess of Discs, right? The earthiness of Earth herself, right? Princess of Discs to me is so representative of the divine Artemis, right? That youthful virginal priestess, young and youthful huntress who goes out into the woods, really powerful, profound energy. And it made me think of one of my favorite poems. I really love the poet Hilda Doolittle. And she has a collection called The Sea Garden. And in it, there's a poem called Huntress, which is all about the goddess Diana, Artemis. I just want to read that for you. It says, "Come, blunt your spears with us. Our pace is hot, and our bare heels in the heel prints. We stand tense. Do you see? Are you already beaten by the chase? We lead the pace for the wind on the hills. The low hills is spattered with loose earth. Our feet cut into the crust as with spears. We climbed the plowed land, dragged the seed from the cleft, broke the clod with our heels, whirled with a parched cry into the woods. Can you come? Can you come? Can you follow the hound trail? Can you trample the hot froth? Spring up, sway forward, follow the quickest one. Aye, though you leave the trail and drop exhausted at our feet. The muse calls. Can you follow her into the woods? You will never catch her, but the chase is worth it. Beautiful. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We're now going to begin with our sortes. So today I wanted to go back to a classic, Hor A by Gabriel Macari. This is a really beautiful book from Anathema Publishing. It has some just absolutely stunning art. It's just, a great, great read that I highly recommend. And we're going to use this to begin our sortes here today. So for those of you unaware, the sortes is a form of bibliomancy, that is divination via literature. And what we do is we invoke the spirits of the muses, those goddesses of inspiration, and we ask them to guide our hand, to inspire us, and to send us a message through the text. So muses, guide us, inspire us. What is the word? All right. In its translucent exemption, perfected formlessness, and utmost clarity is the accursed I, finally brought to its knees, judged before the myriadic self, and beheaded before the stellar father, mother, son, daughter, Andronus. So as, whoa, that is incredible. In its translucent exemption, perfected formlessness, and utmost clarity is the accursed I, finally brought to its knees, judged before the myriadic self, and beheaded before the stellar father, mother, son, daughter, Andrus. Wow. Where does the ego die? In the face of the many, the father, mother, son, Andrus. Absolutely incredible. Right? The I dies in the face of the myriadic self, the recognition that we have many lives to live and many roles to play, and that we are in a constant state of ever unfolding transformation. Right? And that we will embody the father, mother, son, daughter in all of their forms at some point or another. For that is what it means to be alive. Wow. Beautiful. Love it so much. All right. Let us continue. We are going to go to Boccaccio, the Decameron, classic of early Renaissance literature. All right. Muses, guide my hand. What is the message from Boccaccio? Let's see. Nay, said the monk, she sent them, but they were burned at the masses. Wow. Nay, said the monk, she sent them, but they were burned at the masses. This one is speaking to me in kind of this intense way. I'm getting this feeling that what this is about is that people are sent by the goddess, by the muse, right? But then they are burned by the masses, right? Sometimes those who are inspired with the best of intentions, who try to help, are attacked by the very people they seek to help. It's an intense image and something to always be wary of and to recognize, you know. The tyranny of the majority against the minority. She sent them, but they were burned by the masses. Wow. Okay. Let us continue. The Name of the Rose by Umberto Eco, an absolute classic. You can also check out the film with Sean Connery. It's going to pale in comparison, but it's a really fun movie in its own right. This book is filled jack full of semiotic philosophy and just amazement. All right, let's continue. Muses, guide my hand. What is the message from Umberto Eco? Inspire us. I then saved myself as if by miraculous instinct. If that's not the muse, I don't know what is. Then I saved myself as if by miraculous instinct. Wow. Beautiful. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Trust in that muse and she will save you. And it'll appear as if it is just instinct. And it's a miracle. It is. And it is instinctual. Wow. I love it. The Jaguar and the Priest. This book I really love. An ethnography of Setzel souls by Pedro Pitarch. All about the role of the soul within the culture of the Setzel-speaking indigenous people of Chiapas, Mexico. Really beautiful. All right. Muses, what is the message? Guide my hand, inspire us. The second kind of soul, the Cha'ulel, also lodges in the heart and is needed to continue living. But in addition, it plays a role in shaping each person's individual character. Wow. This is interesting. You know, the Zetzel people see the individual as being of a multiplicity of souls. And there's a second type of soul, the Chuulel. I'm probably mispronouncing that horribly, but it lodges in the heart and is needed to continue living, right? But it shapes a person's individual personality, right? It's interesting that they would see these as distinct forms, distinct selves, right? Hmm. Wow. Let's continue. We're going to go to 10 plays Euripides. This is a collection of 10 classic plays by the grand playwright Euripides. All right. Muses, guide my hand. What is the message from Euripides? All right. The wedding shall be their care, but escape those hellhounds on towards Athens. They are on your track fearfully. They come rushing at you. They are dragon handed, their flesh is black, and they bring a harvest of fearful woes. Let me read this again because you can see why I paused. The wedding shall be their care, but escape those hellhounds and on towards Athens. They are on your track. Fearfully they come rushing at you. They are dragon handed. Their flesh is black, and they bring a harvest of fearful woes. Wow. This is wild to me because those who have been following along, we've been seeing this energy of the Hierophant for the last few days. Signal of a wedding. And I just keep thinking about, right? The wedding shall be their care. The energy is moving towards this wedding, right? That's what we were seeing in the tarot readings. But escape the hellhounds and on towards Athens. We must escape the hellhounds first, and they are on our track. Fearfully they come rushing, right? And they are dragon handed. I believe the message is fairly clear with this one. You must move towards that wedding, towards that Hierophant. You must escape the hellhounds and on towards the city. Beautiful. Let's continue. We're going to go to Libra 420. This is an amazing book by Chris Bennett. I've told this story before, but I love to share it because it shows my nerddom. I won this book on a competition that Chris Bennett had because I used to religiously read his blog. So I was able to answer a question, and it's addressed to me here in the book and signed by him. And I just love that. All right. And, this is an amazing compendium of just every instance you can imagine of cannabis in Western occultism. It's there. All right. Muses, guide my hand. What is the message from Chris Bennett? Okay. I have my doubts that Hamsa was used as a Sanskrit word, as the identical word is used in the Middle East for the hand of Fatima. And amongst the Druze, it is seen as a reference to a hidden Messiah who is periodically reborn. Wow. Interesting. the Hamsa, right? That hand you'll see with the eye. Very, very, very interesting. Thinking about what this message is about, right? It's about this recognizing that these shared cultural ideas that cross so many boundaries, something like Hamsa we can see in the Sanskrit, we can see in the Middle East, and we can see used among the Druze for a hidden Messiah who's periodically reborn. Wow. And just above, I want to read this. There's a quote from one of these Indian texts that Chris has that says, "Smoke hemp root in a water pipe and you will know what Hamsa is." Beautiful. Yes, the Hamsa is used to ward off evil for sure. All right, we're going to continue. Aleister Crowley, Book 4. This is a phenomenal tomb. Really fun stuff, wildness in here. Crowley is a controversial figure, but an interesting writer nonetheless, and someone who should be read, I believed. All right. Let us go. Muses, guide my hand. What is the message? Inspire us. No power which is not a microcosm in itself, and even archangels reach rarely to this center of balance, is fit to treat on an equality with man. Wow. No power which is not a microcosm in itself, and even archangels reach rarely to this center of balance, is fit to treat on an equality with man. I'm just going to read the next line because it clarifies. The proper study of mankind is God. This is about recognizing our own ability, right? As that center pole, as existing between worlds and being able to move between them. That power of the balance of the middle path that we walk is great. And it's something to be recognized and seen and engaged with. Wow. Beautiful. Okay. We are now going to go to our Ganapati Oracle and ask Ganesha Ganapati, the Lord of the Threshold, to send us his guidance. All right. Ganesha, what is the message? Be candid. Wow. I think that's pretty clear. Be open and honest and candid, right? Just be there. And just embrace love and be yourself. Be candid. Wow. So simple yet so hard, right? Wow. Beautiful energy. Okay. We are going to go to our Thoth Tarot of Lady Frida Harris and Aleister Crowley. And we are going to do our Saturn Square, where we invoke that energy of Saturn, the god. Oh, wow. I'm getting things shot out of me. Okay. Well, we invoked our god of wisdom, and what did Saturn shoot out at us? The center card is always the most important. Oof. Sorrow. Intense energy, painful energy. Where's that going? This indolence card is haunting us, is it not? Wow. Right? Okay. Wow. Swiftness. All right. This is intense energy for our center. Okay. I didn't even get a chance to finish the spiel about Saturn. It just came out, right? Well, we invoked Saturn. We asked him to dissect our life and put it on the plate and show us how to best move in flow and how to enact our true will. And what we received here is we have our center card is the Three of Swords. That is sorrow, right? This is being sad about your current situation and reflecting usually upon the past. You know, what I'm getting with this energy of the sorrow, it's connected to that indolence, right? There is a deep hurt here from the loss of friendship. And there's a feeling that this has been kind of exacerbated and it's been enraged and flaring up, you know? It's intense energy to deal with, right? That indolence energy is, you know, when you have too many people who need too much and there's not enough love to give and share, right? We have 4 cups that can share freely, 4 cups that are dry, right? And a desolate world without clean water. It's a very tough situation. And this is causing a lot of pain and suffering, you know. But there's a certain reality. You cannot share with those who do not give, right? It must be a give and there has to be a give and take. It cannot all be one-sided, right? These 4 cups flow into one another. The others have nothing to offer, right? But this situation is changing. It's flaring up. Where's this going? Why is this so painful? Interesting. You know what I'm getting is that part of the pain here, part of the sorrow, what we're seeing, because this is connected to that sword, is the pain of creation, right? What I'm getting at is there was a creation with these people, this indolence energy, and there is a sorrow now that creation is changing, that art, you know, there isn't that same collaboration. Let's continue. Yeah. There's a new approach to art, a new perspective, new way of seeing it entirely, you know? This is a new beginning, taking a new step in a different direction. And it's related to this creation, to this artistic creation, right? What's on the other side? Strife. What has sparked this new approach to collaboration in art and this new way of engaging? But the strife, the conflict, right? The 5 is always about trying to move beyond that base, trying to expand your tower and grow, right? And this in the wands is about growth in that passionate, loving energy and that fiery pursuit. But what I'm seeing is that there's been resistance and a struggle to move beyond that foundation, right? There's conflict. And that conflict is frustrating. And it has led to a new approach. Let's see where this is going. Wow. We have a lot of fiery energy here and a lot of sword energy. Interesting. Success, growth, also connected to that 3 of swords down the center, right? The 6 is the most balanced number, the most structured, the most secure. With the success card, not only do we have a solid foundation, but we have a foundation to build upon in growth and expanding growth. This is as beautiful as it gets. And to have that in our physical world, it's an extreme positive. Why are we sad about it? Right? Interesting. Connected to the success is an oppressive energy. So much fire here. You know, and this oppressive energy, this passionate pursuit, right? We are pushing ourselves towards the success in such a profound way that it is causing an oppression. It's causing stress. right? And that's leading to inaction. The Ten of Wands is a restrictive force. It's like so much energy that it can only go inward against you. You lash out at the self. See where it's going. It's a result of showing up with this immature energy, right? What is the Prince of Discs? He is that outgoing energy of that person who is building, who is transforming their reality, who is in that process of building their tower, who is trying to move mountains. But they're showing up in an immature way. They're showing up reckless, right? Without a solid plan. The prince is someone who needs to learn first, right? And what we're seeing is that there's this incredible success as a result of this growth, as a result of this action. But it's leading to this oppressive energy, you know? This is going hand in hand, and there needs to be a maturity here, a responsibility taken, you know? Success is difficult to handle. It's very difficult to handle. Interesting. Wow. All right. Before I flip my camera and we take a look at the full Saturn square, I would ask if you guys could just please give me a like and a subscribe. The likes really do make a big difference. They do boost the algorithm. And it's good karma. It's a good blessing. And if you are interested in a private reading, you can send me an email, snappydts@gmail.com, or you can message me on the Myth and Lore Discord. I'm Snappy or Lady Snappy. All right, thank you guys for listening to my spiel. Let's take a look at our full Saturn spread, our square. Okay. Starting here, right? Our indolence, this energy of the loss of friends, these conflicts, people demanding love and not being able to give and receive, not being able to move and flow with others. This painful energy is causing a new perspective, a new approach, a new transformation, right? But it's still leading to a lot of frustration and oppressive energy, you know? I'm getting the feeling that there's this thing, it's like, why are you engaging with these people, right? These people who have nothing to offer and only want to take, right? Part of the impression here is engaging in this energy with people who are not serving you, people who are distracted, right? Engaging in pettiness, in fighting, oppressive energy, right? Addicting energy too. You feel like you are doing something, that you're fighting for something, but you're yelling into the void and you're just upsetting yourself, right? We've all been there. Let's continue. Our Three of Swords, that sorrow. And the sorrow is related to the success of this artistic creation. I think also part of the sorrow here could be this idea of turning something beautiful and artistic into something successful, and the necessity to do so, you know? There's one thing I know about artists. Artists don't like to have to sell anything. Everyone wants to be successful. Everyone wants to be secure and to be, famous and to be loved. But they don't want to sell, if that makes sense, right? And there's sorrow from having to be successful. There is a commodification that occurs, and it is troubling, you know. It's interesting, but there is pain related to this success and to this creation. Okay, let's continue. We have that swiftness, incredibly fast energy, right? Hermes energy coming in quickly, firing things up. And we have that strife. And it's a result of all of this immature energy, bullheaded energy, you know, that young man energy, thinking with, you know, being a dink. And this is an energy that engages in strife. And it's a fighting that's going to just build in intensity and in swiftness, right? Right? So you got to be careful of this because, like, oh gosh, you know, when we get to this energy, we're getting all the way up to the 13. And that brings us to the devil. Oof. You know, Lucifer is beautiful energy on one hand, but it also can be very painful energy on another hand. Be careful what you wish to engage, what you want. If you want the strife and you want the conflict, you're going to get it in spades. Okay, let's continue. We're now going to do our cross. We're going to start here. Wow. All of this oppressive energy, all of this strife, all of this engaging in this fighting and bickering, this is the root of the sorrow. Interesting. You know, it's almost like the strife and the bickering is coming with the creation of art and the success, putting yourself out into the public, right? Putting yourself out there, sharing your what you've done. It's leading to criticism. It's leading to people who are coming in. And this is energy of engaging with critics, fighting with critics, right? You don't want to be that energy. There's all this success here. Why are you engaging and stoking the flames of oppression and strife, right? Why are you allowing these indolent energy of people who want to take get to you so much, overwhelm you in such strife? Intense energy, but I do see it being transformed. I do see the way out. And the way out is this new logical pursuit. Being mature and reasonable about this, looking and seeing things for what they are, right? This is the moon in Virgo energy. Now's the time to be analytical and grounded about your emotions. Are you stoking the flames? Are you causing your own sorrow? Why are you engaging with these kind of jerks, right? If you change your focus and you show up more mature, then you got that success. You have that beautiful artistic creation, right? There's nothing to be in fighting about. There's nothing to be upset about. You know, you still have that loving for, right? Part of the power of the indolence card here is about recognizing that there's still love here, flowing as that foundation. Return to that foundation, you know? Let go of the sorrow, let go of the strife, let go of the oppression. Focus on this new perspective, engage in your artistic creation, move in the swift flow, and accept the success. It's okay to be successful. This is good energy. Put it to good use. All right. That is the message. I hope it resonated with you all. I hope you found it rewarding. Thank you all for listening. Okay, we're going to do one final sortes, and we're going to go back to Chris Bennett. Okay. Muses, guide my hand. What is the final sortes? What is the message we leave the audience with today? Okay. It must also be added that the show was really challenging for audiences. People were forced to stay in the room for a whole day and possibly narcoticized through meals and drinks. Seances took place in the middle of the night when fatigue and drugs might contribute to the effects. Isn't that a reality, you know? If you really want to see the spirits and the ghosts, you're going to have to stay up late and starve yourself and do a bunch of drugs. Are you sure that's what you want to do? Something to think on. Something to think on. You can go down that path. Those options are there. You can go speak to the dead. You can go speak to some intense spirits. Are you sure you want to? Are you prepared for what it takes? The entheogenic alchemical path is probably one of the most dangerous there is. It is incredibly rewarding, but it requires extreme wisdom and balance, not for the faint of heart. All right, we're going to leave you all with that. I hope you found today's reading helpful. All right, everyone, peace and love, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.